Hold on, let me
Karen,
say this
I
first.
think it's unfair to say because we can't bear kids, we can't have an opinion.
Hold on, let
On
me
how
say
a
this
pregnant
first.
woman is treated, you have no right to have an opinion. What do you know? How do you know how it is? Why would you?
Karen,
Don't
Don't personalize it. Don't wild out. Hold on.
Definitely gonna wow.
People, we do understand that a lot of things that people do, it's a trauma reaction. It's because of the stuff that they went through and everything. But people need to take responsibility, guys. I cannot go and treat my girlfriend like shit because of the shit that I went through myself.
True.
It's not fair to her.
True.
She was not there, right? So I understand.
I do believe, Joseph, because this guy, in most of these things, people react to Gila one. People lose their minds and shit. But people would lose their mind, but they wouldn't do anything to him. Not even like a slap nyana to say when I'm trying to simba when I'm in. They're always just
And he would just kiss your girl and the girl just like, oh.
You know what I mean?
At least
that one should fucking make people go crazy. You get that one?
Sorry, there's no way I'm gonna start off this somebody's complaining that the table feels far. You're just being so awkward. It's fine. You don't need to comprehend. Let me just find my groove because who complains that a table is too far?
It's fine.
It's nerves. They're just eating at you and you're just making everyone else nervous, but it's fine.
I think we forgot to tell him to be himself today.
He will be, don't worry.
I am. He decided not to give me a shot.
Da da da. Dun, dun, dun. He's just going through. He's going through some hectic OCD stuff.
Bruh,
You wanna go
we
forward?
is gonna.
You wanna take your chair forward?
Thing. It's fine. bro.
Quitty,
Let's
we'd
go
like
for
to
it.
start the show. We're
Let's go
waiting
for
on
it.
you.
Let's
We
go
want to
for
do an opening. Please don't edit this out.
Ready, winner. Here we come.
Oh, let's start the
You
show.
can,
Let's start the show like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Come, let's go for it,
Ready or
guys.
not, here I come. Na, na, na.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find you. You're such a hater. Hey, yo, welcome to Meta GSL. It's Global Streetz Live Podcast. My name is Karen Mzamo from the ghetto. Doing big things in the city. I got the boys to my left, which is gonna be your right. Got the boy Huitiana OG. Huitione, actually. OGZ, Manizi, so easy. And to my right, which is going to be your left, we got the man who I wish had a less ego. It's Lesijo, LSG. Zigga zigga zan ziggy ziggy
Oh
zan.
shit, I've got a new name.
Come on, ziggy zan, ziggy zan. Aye, I like it. And behind the cameraman, we got the one and only Batman, the Ghost, the Dark Knight. We call him Nah, man. Kinamani, Kikachiso, Kikechi.
Yo.
You know, the boy with the dewy skin. I'm saying, healthy boys worldwide. Fresh boys worldwide.
See, now you make people want to see him.
Yeah, they should. Eye candy. You think Khutiona and these boys are not boys. Behind the camera, you know. And I because he limited access. Only 3 can see. Mararada. And also we want to welcome our VVIP for the show, which is you there, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to it, man. The Street Squad, shout out. We love you. We see you. I'm going to say this every week. I'll never get tired. Our subbies are growing. We love you. We appreciate all the love that we've been seeing. And we also do take into account all the little messages that you guys give us of love or encouragement, of correction. We love it.
And hate.
And we say, what is hate? I can't, it's not in my vocabulary. I guess after the show, Kakisa will teach me what that word means because the only thing we get from you is love. Ooh, I can say it all.
Bring it on, Pay.
Okay, so we're about to start, man. And this show is going to be a super dope one. We're going to nickname it Free Flow. Not the one you're thinking, but it's going to be dope. Let's start, man. So wants to ease us into it because, you know, in case you don't know by now, we all like to chat about like certain things that are on our mind or maybe something that happened during the week. But I feel like Sikho man has something that's on his mind.
So all of us, yeah.
Yeah, what?
Should I?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to say something.
No.
So all of us do have driver's licenses, right?
A certificate.
So all of us have driver's licenses. So I want us to speak about our experience of getting the driver's license. I'll start with mine, right? Going to testing and shit. That is the most traumatic thing that you can ever get to, because the people that work at the licensing department or traffic department, I don't know which one between the two it is. Those people, they can traumatize you and make you feel so small because they are in a position of power. Right? I remember when I went to go get my driver's license. Firstly, the lady that was testing me, right? So obviously you do the testing within the yard of the testing station,
The
right?
premises, yeah.
And then you have to go out. So everything went well within the yard, right? Fana. When we get to the fucking roads, the lady now starts shouting, "Hi, driver kahle man. Uzoyithatha le truck." Uzoyithatha le truck.
Wait,
What did I
I would have
do?
said catch then.
You
Since
can't
wanna
say
do it.
catch because you're gonna
You want?
pay.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
And I'm a stubborn person, ne?
I know.
And my stubbornness, I had to take it and put it aside
Yeah.
because I need this shit.
Yeah, you
By
need
the
this
time we done with this shit, I need to have my driver's license, right? So it's the most traumatic experience because kancane, she's gonna shout at you. Nakhona, I think the reason why they do that is because they're looking for a way to make you feel a certain way. If you're not doing any mistakes, you're gonna do mistakes
But the penny.
because you panicking right now. She's shouting at you. She's telling you, "Hori, I'm gonna take this truck right now,"
Yeah.
and you're thinking to yourself, "Jesus, one mistake, she's taking the truck.
Katika.
I'm fucked." Because
Practically.
when we return to the testing station inside the yard, if we are returning there and she's driving the truck, I'm out. Because it clearly I made a mistake and
Yeah.
she took the truck and then
Yeah.
it's over for me.
It's over.
Right? And she can't even do anything when we are there and she's driving the truck, coming in with the truck
Yeah.
with me, because there's probably people looking
Yeah.
and they're gonna say, how is this
How
guy
is
now
this-
in this line of getting
Yeah.
the driver's
Getting the
license
driver's
when
license,
you were
true.
the one who was driving, right? For me, yes, sis. I remember I passed that goddamn thing, but when I got home, yes, sis, I was so down.
You were down.
I was so down.
Yeah.
I thought you said you were so down.
Yo, I was so down. I was so heartbroken. I was so angry. And at that time I've got my driver's license, but I'm thinking to myself, yes, sis.
Why
How
did you
did
have
I-
to go through that?
Bro.
Yeah. So one thing I've actually noticed, nah, and this is now become a very common thing in the country. It's very difficult to get a driver's license the right way, the
It is.
right route.
What is
And
that?
I think
Facts.
you
No email.
got it in the right manner. And the reason why she was also making those comments and trying to get you to panic,
Kwati.
ukwathetsi taba ya horeng,
Cool.
I want such ocho. You know what I mean? You can be brilliant and know how to drive. They will try and find a mistake. You get that one? And if Osanse Nyogo, there's no way you're gonna get it. And I think a lot of people go to these testing stations by tepile, but because they know it's king, just to make it easier for me, I don't want to come back here again. Let me just take out that extra whatever that is needed. And that's why you see it nowadays, a lot of driving schools already have like a platform where the driver, or let me rather say the instructor,
Sure.
the driving school instructor is going to tell you to say, "Hey boy, don't worry, I've got you. When I'm 3,000 fella, everything is going to be covered.
Sure.
Your lessons, I'll give you 10 lessons, and then they'll also guarantee you
That's 5K.
or pass.
That's 5K.
Even if you make mistakes, you'll definitely pass, type of thing. You know one. So it's tricky to get a driver's license. As easy as it is, ne? And as cheap as it is, it has become so expensive. That's why you don't
It
find a
is.
lot of people wanandidi driver's license that can't afford them.
Another craziest thing here is I hear you guys, and you're absolutely right. It's a traumatic experience. But I had you giving birth in a public hospital. You guys think you've seen it all. Wait until you must thank God that you can't give birth.
you
I
were,
hand you a
you were
nurse.
about to say wait until you give birth.
No, I said you can't give birth.
No, you said wait until, and then you switched. You did.
No, wait until you probably experience it, and I mean like your partner. But I was not. I literally just started the statement by saying, just thank God that you guys can't, because I think the hardest thing, nurses. But yeah, license. You know what? That is such a nerve-wracking experience, and it's weird of you to say because during the week I saw someone on Facebook who was like, "Dude, my friends have like the honors, the masters, maraba feila di lena."
Yeah.
And I'd be like, why? And look, that thing, I think it's just also the fact that it's been made like a money-making scam. Regardless of how far did you go? Like you went all the way, you did it for yourself?
Yeah, I got it at the end.
Clean.
Yeah.
Like manja clean.
Mpana.
So
obviously, with regards to, I remember when we came back, right? So with the truck, she was telling the guy I came with after driving school, which was my neighbor. Like we were staying opposite each other. She was saying, what did she say? Muto wa atibu drive.
She's just mad you didn't want to.
That time we came back.
Yeah.
I did everything right.
Sure.
I drove outside. I came back with the truck. Right?
She was bitter as
Even
fuck.
after everything that she has said to me, trying to make me panic and do all sorts of things, I came back with the truck. Mfana, kitlile grinded, everything was clean. She was telling my guy, Mutho wa wa tsibo drive. I can say go neletsa hey batho. Ana, I felt like Kiko primary mistress unjwetsa gore ngwana wa tsibo.
That was
ngwala wow.
Series of insults. That's why you were down.
Dog, I was out.
Yeah,
I was
Batman?
out.
Lena, I experienced something similar. But what can I say as to anything? After, when not instructor, could you come on how like I get the right remarks about
Yes.
submit them. Ever like a more process.
Mutho testang, yeah.
Yeah. So on a process the documents, it was full of shit. I can remember they split it.
Yeah, they do.
If you got the tester, all of our baleba officing, so he was angry, Huri, about for he didn't want to process it. Even people that came after me, about license up on about Samai.
We're not seeing suplomile.
Until so my sister's friend's father kanto spanada. I feel like lebo go etsang ma wa license kante. No, kitisitse ngwana ko hae jwang. Probably that person held a higher position than him. Then after motho okay, ke manga tshwere, then I bona, oh shit, okay, kanti ba tsebana ba tsebana personal level. Then he started
Imagine if
processing.
Nasi.
Yeah.
Dog.
He was mad at you. You were not gonna get. You were not gonna get jacked.
They belittle you. They make you feel like how next.
But to
the
be
same
honest-
reason, like when how you the nurse, they make you feel like you're not human. Like it's a favor.
But it's a government thing. It has become such a government thing now.
I could kiss you right now.
Every facility.
You are amazing.
Or tolang your government, or that you go to your government. That's how they behave.
Home affairs.
Home affairs.
Except
Disaster.
What?
SARS is the same. No, you see the
Sounds
thing is,
stay the same.
SARS is the same. Ne? It's just that maybe not a lot of people go there. Gilaban. Yes, you do probably do. People do probably go there, but it's not like a need. Yakabo Home Affairs. You need to get that document in order to get your life running, type of thing. Spetlele, clinic.
Department
you need to
of
go there.
Labor.
Gilaban.
and you know what's funny? Private institutions, they're starting to help them. Like if you want a passport and what, you can do it via FNB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renewal of your license disc. Do like your Capitec apps.
Yeah,
and stuff like
so I think but this is scary. What happens
messed up,
now
man.
when the private sector gets so strong that the government can't tell them where to go? Because they literally, even now, but you keep private security when police.
Sure.
Yeah,
They first
practically.
on scene before the cops are.
True.
How can the ambulance mostly get it private? I don't think there's even theater public, but mostly.
Yeah, mostly they are private actually.
Mina, my only concern is now because, if we give leeway and space to the government to run things and to lead things, that also is a blanket of grace for the less fortunate or the people that can't afford. So the more the private sector gets involved, the more we forsake people that can't afford.
Yeah,
because
that
obviously,
is true.
when they want to help, they don't help for free. Government probably
they don't.
does,
Yeah,
but they don't help for
free.
free.
You're right.
Do you understand what I mean?
You know what?
I hope it's just to alleviate the.
But do you hear what he's
weight.
saying? He's saying they're getting stronger. And what do we happen when we move to situations where, like, for example, look at our SAA, barring Arsana Chele, like, I want to the child. You think
That's why the private companies that don't fear CCMA anymore.
Yeah.
That's why Cyril Ramaphosa, in order for us to create employment, the private sector must kick in. Like,
Ooh,
it's your
Kafel.
duty as the government to do
Practically.
it. So now I think my problem is people that are in a fortunate position, I mean, in a mustulong say in their job position or in an influential position, don't held or are not held liable. There's no one to reprimand them. So, for example, if we're not complaining or in Nesu or treat us so, no one's gonna reprimand them.
They're all friends.
No, but
They're
the
all
thing
friends.
is, you
That's
need to
another
understand. You're right, but you're not right. When you're saying there's no one to reprimand them, that's a lie. You won't reprimand because too much is at risk. That's why you won't reprimand. There are people that will reprimand, but if you reprimand, we get up there, so you become the target.
We're saying the same
What do you
thing,
mean?
Karen.
What do you mean? I think I'm missing you.
What do you mean?
So when you say you are at risk of,
What I think what she's saying here is that
A nurse hits you, a nurse swears at you, a nurse ill treats you, you go to Home Affairs and like CCC offline, knowing very well that they're not Otlala Candy Crush. Right? And you're like, no, that's not fair. And then we work there really too, offline. And you see what I'm doing is wrong, right? And you know that we're not offline. What's the likelihood of you, even though you know that what I'm doing is wrong and you are aware that I'm lying to this person, what's the likelihood of you telling me what I'm doing is wrong and reprimanding me without you being afraid of repercussions? Because once you tell right, are you not the target now? Because everyone else will go,
But what I'm saying,
you become.
What I'm saying
maybe
is there isn't a force to put them straight.
There can't
So-
be because better manyala. So
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying, man. Understand? So if when as a child you are naughty, quick fast in a hurry. Kibo mang batswadi ba government officials that are gonna
it's
reprimand.
the management.
But management is in it as well. So take your chong on LSG, ne? You working in a private company.
Yeah, we're saying the same
ne?
thing.
You working in a private company. If you know what, I'm not happy. The Zero didn't speak to me nicely or didn't give me proper services.
They take action.
Immediately.
True.
Immediately. Because not only is it damaging
So
the
can you
brand,
manage a problem? The problem is the people on top.
the escalation process is flawed. What happens if manager hates it next? Where you gonna take it after that?
Bro,
What happens if the whole department is not in it? People like when I check out what there's so many ombudsmen. When I ombudsman in renewable energy, when I ombudsman in this, when I ombudsman in. So what is the escalation process for a nurse who didn't treat you well? Or a nurse who feel like incorrect medication? Because someone needs to be held liable. When I oyaka flu, how good LSG bam film Rihanna oyetsang what. Certain body functions don't function anymore. Who gets held liable for that?
I'm feeling Rihanna prevent.
That's okay. People
No,
just get
guys, like,
held liable.
wait. No, guys, wait. I know you're saying this as a joke. Personal experience, less than a month ago, that happened to a friend of mine. She like literally discovered that she was like 3-4 weeks pregnant. She went there, like like injection, like so that like if anything happens, prevention.
Yo, that's fucked up. Now that is extreme.
She is married and they were struggling for so long with the husband for a child. This was a miracle child. So mutolo kala auntie nicking prenuptial classes and whatever. Mutumo tabile Can
we get lawyers? Can we lawyer up, guys? Liberal clientele and what so that we can sue these motherfuckers?
So you guys are laughing, but this is like a real story that right now we're in a situation where we're trying to get this person through therapy.
Imagine the psychological
That's like
damage.
If the escalation process can be damning for government officials.
And they're looking out for each other, the people that made this mess.
Unfortunately,
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if my theory is, if they can have an independent entity that doesn't report to the government.
True.
So, for example, let's say HR as well, to scrap out nepotism and whatnot, both for government and private sector. So, if we're not better 4 ways, for example, or Santon, there's a division at Santon for HR. So, any company that wants to hire someone, they need to go through that independent entity. Why? It's gonna scrap out this thing of illegal immigrants being hired or nepotism or favoritism. If we're about to offer warning, that department must be known.
And Felix, I wanted to say, Hori, and Hori, Mr. Government, they sell it, ne?
Duh, bro.
Oh. So
that's why it's full of so incompetent people.
Exactly.
Because they sell those jobs.
So imagine now if also the
there's nepotism, there's selling of it. So
can be the same.
It's a mess there, bro.
When about feel it ticket, no, Mamoto, I can't say anything wrong. Nampatla chocho, Kihano Mofa chocho, Kaile ticket. There's no way where government it interfere in. Okay, now I can pinch a case. Can tell you, Kunjakimang Ea Sizoktola. Why do you say
X?
Yeah, the top officials, they're the ones who make things disappear.
Sure.
Because we're not going a constable to say, hey, it's a so imagine if there was a separate entity where government can interfere, private sector can interfere, but of course the government would need to fund it because it's for the
But that's crazy, and I just really want to throw it to the street squad so the street squad can tell us what they think, because I think we've been at it. You know, it's just reel you back in and ask what you think about this, because there's so many elements of our government's incompetence, and we understand why, you know. But also, is this the South Africa? Because also, the funny thing is, we're also going towards elections, guys. Do you understand? And these are the same people that we keep on protecting and voting for that are failing us repeatedly, time and time again. So, Street Squad, taking into note everything we just said, tell us what your 2 cents are, and you can tag us across all social media platforms. We are Global Streetz Live with a Z. But you don't sleep on us, you know. Ooh, that was nice. Now, it's been an eventful week, so we're going to touch base on some of the global things that have happened, well, both local and global. And on behalf of Team Yabanyana, Gitleta a special request because Giduti guys. Batun ki kopaleng rekeleng beke ya go ba humble. Honale tote bag ya go ba humble, right? Len rekeleng le di Red Bull.
It's a humble symbol.
Set ya humility. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a beautiful lady by the name of Ntandokazi, right? Who's been trending for the past week or two, and I mean like trending heavily because brands are pulling in. You know, she's got the whole country smitten over her manners, right? She's a beautiful Xhosa lady with her partner. They're in the car. They're doing like a normal "I love you, babe" drop off at work, you know, and she just speaks with so much humility and respect. But I think what got a lot of people's attention is when the man was trying to give her money, and she was just like, "No, you gave me, I'm okay. You gave me Izolo, you know, don't you want?" or something like that. Guys were like, "Oh, girls can do that." And she was just ungomoyo pants, you know. And when I was going through the comments, the only thing, well, the few things that the men said, one thing that Kagiso says all of the time is that a man's love is through respect, and that is like the biggest thing that like crossed through everyone. Every guy was just like, absolutely, you know, the respect, and it was like watching a comment session turn into who's wrong in acrimony, because women are like, humble, you know, so they're like, oh no, unempato, and women were attacking men that are praising her. Because like, yeah, she wouldn't be like that if the man is doing everything right. So that's why, you know, I told her that kind of treatment. And also I saw there was like a lovely post, I think it was last night, so just day before, where Red Bull sent her partner and her like a PR package, because in the video she asks the hubby, can we go to the garage to go when you go pour petrol, can I get a Red Bull?
Yeah.
So like Red Bull saw that, and believe me when I say like the train caught on like a wildfire, and they look so in love, they look so young. But it gets me to my next point, boys. Are you guys gonna like put money together and buy me the humility bag? Maybe get like I don't know, a humbling yarn. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Did you guys see it? Let's start there. Did you guys see the video of the ladies? I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, because you love respect this, respect that, sir. Do you guys see it? What do you think about it, guys? Let's start with you. OG. You've been awfully too quiet.
I did come across it. I did see it, and I did see the hype around it.
What do you think about it? How do you feel about it?
It's obviously cute. I think it's cute. It's nice to see that as a man, you know, and it's also
You're
nice to receive that as a
blushing.
man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it made a lot of men happy, you know.
We don't like to see.
She was an example of, you know, what
Love
we
gone right.
expect.
Okay.
And I think I also saw a tweet where they were comparing her with who is it? Dineo Ranaka.
No, and also Move On That Way. Did you see they also moved on, compared it with Move On That Way?
But that was
So all the fierce women were like
it's like
directly in compared to her. Like, you want this, but this is what you
want,
get.
this is what you get type of thing, you know.
What do you think about it? I think, look, because he's even blinking. He wants to say something. He's gushing. His heart is inspiring him to say something. You want to say something?
No, I think but Hareleng Ham picked that video, quote unquote, it girls.
Yeah.
Girls that want to compete with men in general. I think the majority of women are like her. They're not out for money. Baby, no, feel more wine if sharp. I mean, once you live together, most likely your expenses are of both of you guys. It's not like he's your cash cow.
True.
Understand? So I think people that were rubbed off, that's why Barry. Yeah, but she's humble because the guy treats her well, buys her stuff, takes her on vacation, drops her out work, blah, 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 blah. Once you're in a relationship where someone loves you and you love that person, that's standard procedure. So once whenever you get in the relationship, oh, she has
What a
money,
cash cow.
then you rubber off humpy when you see men using her as an example. Similar to when men are like, you know what, we're going to Cape Verde. Women were touched.
Yeah.
But for now, they're always using an example. South Africans are not real men. My Nigeria, stuff
True.
like that.
Mararbat of fire. Barbat. Rockets fire. Let's go. I want to cry. Hey, where are you going?
You want to leave us for Cape Verde ladies?
Would make
That's what you guys want to do. What do you think about it? What do you
would make a killing.
You know, when I just want to go on the Cape Verde thing before I provide my 2 cents. When I was watching that match between South Africa and Cape Verde, Vele as a man, the first thing that I noticed was, shit, these girls are gorgeous. These girls are beautiful, right? And it also got me thinking, Hori, SAFA as an organization, because I think they are allowed to take a couple of people to watch the games so that we can have fans there that are going to cheer up the Bafana people playing there. SAFA usually takes the same people. It's Mama Joy, it's that old man, Porter, that wears the butchery thing, cape, I don't know what they call that thing, I forgot what they call. It's always the same people. Where else other nations are taking the beautiful girls that are going to be standing there or sitting there and representing the country. But yeah, we appreciate Mama Joy to represent us. Anyway, let's go back to...
You want to catch strays. About Ntando, yeah.
Yes, Ntando. So when I was looking at that, the comment of people or of girls saying, Hore, she's only like this because Mutwa wa Murata and he's providing all of these things to her and everything else. I think it's cap, because I think when I look at her, I think that's just her demeanor. Yeah. She's just calm. She's just down. I can't imagine her shouting at the man. When I look at all of those videos that I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them, and all of them, she's here, you know. So I don't think it's because she's
He's
getting all
doing
these things that
something,
she's getting from the man. And the man is playing his part too. He's playing his part too because a lot of girls, they kept on saying, imagine if this girl was with a toxic guy. That guy was going to trample on her. Because as calm as she is, imagine being shouted, being told, how you go, you do this, I'm telling you, what. So I think they both of them, they complement each other so well and they make it look beautiful. And also hair trending like this, it also brings a good thing about the girls because girls lately, they trend for babatla chelete.
Yeah.
When you go on TikTok, imagine dating a guy that's using a smart shopper card. Hey man, sekitshwela the smart shopper card too.
And actually, on that, I actually saw another post where this guy writes to say it's just so funny how women will only support each other for bad things, or things that are just not necessarily morally accepted by society. But when you pull off a stunt of this nature, and he was commenting about this girl,
Sure.
to say when they see such things, they are very quick to bash at that particular woman, So she did not really receive the greatest of feedback from
The girl.
women specifically,
Sure.
because King, I was in Zanglono, why do you see her in this light? Fuck it, she's just like all of us, type of
I've
thing.
seen a
You
lot
get
of those.
So you ask yourself, why are an element of positivity and going back to our roots as black people, né? And roots being respectful, having Ubuntu, and having bo tufela, and just saying, wait again, I'm gonna respect my other person or my other half. Why do you have to be funny about it?
And you're so right. Yeah? And on that light, I want to pose a question to Karen. Because in this case, you speak on behalf of women. Not all, ne? But why have black women become so negative? Like, something. So, for example, let's say Lesego is a present father and he starts trending. Oh, you can't applaud a fish for swimming. It's something that must be done. You understand? But when something bad happens, hey, it makes them happy. They're all over it. They're on top of it. And when a woman does something good or lovely for Munna High, then, but yeah, Mari, Lilona Banna, they won't say, you know what, this is beautiful.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
I
There
can
must
learn
always be
from
some
that.
bad attached to it.
True.
You know what? I think. Okay, is that it?
No, but what I see, it's a pattern on black people.
Yeah.
I don't see that
In
on
any other race.
races.
True. And hence I also said, as a black person, that's why I said going back to our roots as black people, to say, respect. We are raised with women and men getting along in a certain way. There's always this mutual respect. But now that has just all of a sudden gone out the window in this new era.
Okay. Look, I think this is a very big conversation, a very heavy conversation, right? And because of the way I think, I don't think I'll be adequate defense for women, but that's because of how I think. But I just think there are big problems, right, in society that are regarding women and men, and it goes way back to the root cause. Because the thing is, what we're trying to do now, we're trying to create a society where we're all kumbaya, but there are deeper problems. So you can't expect, if you look at our numbers, and I'm not trying to be funny, or I'm not trying to say they're okay or we're okay to be negative, but if you look at the numbers, of course, black women are going to be more negative than most white women because of what they're facing in comparison to white. And I'm not saying it in like a snacks way, or I'm trying to like start a fight or anything, but like, these women are bitter, and they're not bitter. The thing is, yeah, they're bitter and they want to fight. Why are they bitter? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the amount of men that are leaving them with kids. Let's talk about the amount of men who are taking advantage of them. Let's talk about the amount of men that are not being, who they promised to be, and but also I'm not saying that evades their responsibility to be like, choose better. Because the thing is, I guess it look because it's a rebuttal, and I think the only thing that
So yes, I understand what you're saying. However, I think that people we do understand that a lot of things that people do, it's a trauma reaction, it's because of the stuff that they went through and everything. But people need to take responsibility, guys. I cannot go and treat my girlfriend like shit because of the shit that I went through myself.
Absolutely.
True.
It's not fair to her.
True.
She was not there, right? So I understand that a lot of girls that you see on social media, they want to compare themselves to guys. Hey, namutu, munna, so I don't want to be with that guy because of whatever. It's a trauma reaction. The other thing I want to say about the Ntandokazi situation is that her situation, and when I say situation, I'm referring to her relationship with her man, right? Her situation or her relationship with her man, it's a 1 in a million type of a relationship, because a lot of people, or most often, you get someone that is going to treat you well, but the other one is not going to appreciate, and they're going to treat you like shit. So a lot of times you find a mismatch within the relationships. You find a guy, for an example, when I read these stories of people saying their situations, like when Funny Chef does these topics on Facebook, right? You read a story of a lady there to tell you hore na monaka does everything. Marana Monaka doesn't deserve this. I want you to leave this thing. So she will maybe have a topic and say, tell me about something that you regret doing or you want to stop doing. And then someone will come with that story. And you think, and then when you check the comment section, you find ladies that are saying, shit, ngabe muthu ile muthu wakho. You know how nice or how respectful I'm going to be to that person, because I've never had such a situation now myself. So to find a man, as in Ntandokazi, to find a man that is going to take care of you like he does, the man, Ntandokazi, and to find a girl that is going to respect you like Ntandokazi respects the guy.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in a million situation.
I agree with you, but I disagree on that point.
Okay.
A lot of us actually are in healthy relationships.
In what?
Healthy relationships.
Okay.
The reason I say that, it's like criminals. We have a very high crime rate, but we can't say because we're one of the highest in the world, the majority of the populations are the ones doing the crime. Now, similar to relationships, because currently now relationships are the pits, we can't say the majority of people in relationships are the ones causing the mayhem.
No, I was not putting it like that. I was just saying, Hori, a lot of times, this is Zulu City, because I can only reference Zulu proverbs. This is Zulu City, amatanga hlanzela bangana mapoto. So what that means is that, for an example, I'll make an example with Lotto. The people that know what to do with the money that will
never ever win Lotto.
on Lotto, they will never get that money. I think maybe the universe is also saying, you've got a good mind, you've got a good head over your shoulder, so you'll be able to make your own money. So with regards to that saying, ne, it simply says this very same thing. The other thing I wanted to say, before I say it, you can continue.
No, hence I say, I agree with you what you're saying,
But to a
I
certain
only
extent.
disagree with the point where you're saying it's 1 in a million.
Yes, but I just want to say this, Njaka, sorry who disturb. I was not saying it based on everything that I see on social media with all these girls saying, hore, nah, munna, so, I was just saying it just of experience and everything that I read.
No, hence I agree with everything of each one. There are very toxic relationships, and those tend to overpower healthy relationships. But the majority of us are in very healthy relationships. Even some people that were in a relationship and had kids and whatnot, they broke off in a very professional
Amicable.
I think generally,
is some people just fall out of love. LSG, but not as my partner. That in itself, you're in a healthy relationship. It's just you didn't see a future.
you're
together.
growing. Yeah.
Or you guys were now on 2 separate pages.
Yeah.
One about the pens, one about the 4x4 because what to the plus.
Yeah.
But the majority of us are actually in beautiful relationships. That's why some people find offense where Baba compare Lintando, but I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm actually in a healthy relationship. you want me to be a certain way, but we fine as we are.
I think the response.
I like that.
I think the response that was also just given, or let me rather say the response that was received that was caused or received from this Ntando thing is because most of the time we generally receive negative things about relationships. And I think men have also just really shied away from being as open and loving as they would have normally been. Why? Because of the hamors that we see in social media. I think the women Bamatsating, I don't know if they are faking it and acting all, savage and everything.
Not us catching strays for things we do.
They're like, okay,
they are, trust me. Trust.
Type of thing, But I think I've seen more of savage and than the love that we just recently saw.
They are.
And that's why it was so beautiful to watch.
And that's why it was so beautiful to watch.
For the sake of time, can we break past it for the sake of, because there's a lot going on, and I think we're just going to quickly touch on the little bit of information we found, and allegedly or apparently there's an 800 tower involved in Aka's death. There's just a lot of things going on there. Does someone know what's cooking oil there?
Pua Aka.
Yeah,
man. Yes.
Okay, by the way, that's Keenan Forbes, guys, aka.
Yeah, Keenan Forbes, aka. It's been a bit of a journey, eh? This obviously happened last year where he was shot.
Is it like a full year now?
It's a full year. Yeah.
Okay.
So they have arrested, I think, 6 suspects.
That's crazy.
And this is including the mastermind behind everything. So this was a well-planned execution, I think it always has to do with some sort of power. And this actually goes to show Khoreng, somebody in the upper or somebody who is high, who's rich, who is a big shot is involved in this. Because if we are 800,000, 900,000, that's $1 million. Nobody wakokasi or sampatling is going to be able to pay out such huge amounts.
Leading Kabi doesn't want that kind of money.
Linkabe never intend you payaso. So clearly this is somebody operating, But just to wrap around it, they've arrested these guys. They are going to be, I'm not sure as to when they're going to be appearing in court.
Okay.
But I'm very happy that this is actually being followed. I think Begitele also received a lot of backlash from this. And this is why this was quicker in terms of finding the people, as opposed to the Senzo killing, which has been going on for almost, 10 years?
Bear in mind, the way I look at it, it will also drag just as long as there's sins. Once there's high-profile players involved,
Yeah. You think it may drag?
they'll twist and drag, yeah.
That's just that I feel like Bana Baba tote fast. As the suspects that thing.
And how do you not know? It's just all part of the game plan. It's just get people to shut these people up. You don't know
It
what's
could
really
be.
going on.
It could be. It's exactly the same thing that I was about to say.
That's true.
I was
That is
about to
true.
say, Jorge, I see this thing dragging proper, because you must understand, if there's someone that is willing to pay 800K for someone to be killed,
They'll pay it
you
to
can
be
imagine the
hidden.
power that person has.
Because also, just to add on your light, they wanted to do the same thing.
I'm
They
disappointed.
got someone, boom, he is suspect. Only to find who he's not.
It's not.
He's not. Now that person is suing the state for wrongful
Arrest.
And
Yeah.
persecution.
So the pressure is too
It's
much.
on.
Let's just get people. But we shall see as they go to court if there are those people. And the thing is, I was totally mastermind. Because in Tamala Keenan, or aka Nabua, okay, fine. We found the base of the pyramid, but we want to know who's at the top.
Yeah,
No,
like
mastermind
who-
towards. It's
Gotta
just
come
that-
towards the mastermind.
It's just
yeah.
that the mastermind in this case, it's not like a powerful person. I think
He's a
Then that's not
coordinator.
the
But then it's not the
mastermind.
He's the
mastermind.
coordinator.
Then it's not the
well, they
mastermind.
label him as a mastermind because he's the guy that
So he's
paid
not.
money.
He's not
So
the guy that
I-
ordered the shot.
I think,
Or the shoot,
I
yeah, the
think what
shooting.
happened here is that there's a mastermind, the person that has the money, It's just that maybe who contracted this guy to go and find these people because the mastermind that they're talking about is the person that actually paid this money.
You know, I think in this case, when we need a mastermind, it's the person who came with the intention for this to happen.
So,
Yes.
You know, I can actually this other thing. You know, like Bonkabi, it's like a proper syndicate, like a company to a certain extent. So if nakita and nakir LSG, agnanye hoit, sort them out. Okay, ask our 800. Where you'll find Bonkabi to actually orchestrate and take him out.
Okay. So he would be the mastermind in this case.
No, I'm the one who ordered the
But
hit.
you would be, and so what are you saying, Khant? Or they have not
It
found?
doesn't work like that because
Are you saying they've not found the mastermind?
No.
from the stories that because I listen to a lot of these stories
Crime
on
stories.
YouTube, right? There's this Zulu channel where they tell stories about Dinkabi. Normally, the people that order a hit, they don't speak to a lot of people. They go straight to the person that they know, Dinkabi. So they wouldn't say Erikilo Buali Kagiso, maybe Kagiso Dinkabi. So maybe that person might come to you and say, Mfana, why is it Dinkabi data so and search for information, and you will say Kitsibang Kabi so
try to search for a mastermind.
Ne? And then that's how you direct them,
But
and then they're
that's
going
what-
to speak to the Nkabi. But I think in this case, what you are saying is exactly what happened.
But you want it's usually for low profile. For high profiles, you never see who pays what. Because this guy Nabu Ahore, he used to contract this guy, like you will never meet Linkabi or anything that will link him to Nkabi. As soon as the police started catching up Moyena, he killed the only link that will link him to Nkabi. So by killing that person, there's nothing linking him to Bonkabi.
Normally, it's a right-hand person.
Yeah.
But that person, mastermind.
Yeah, another mastermind.
And then
That's
the
what
one
he
owner
said.
is like basically is like an ice.
He's just the errand boy.
Yeah. Do this.
He's contracted
Do that.
to-
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I
Mastermind-
no,
it's not the
it's not the
mastermind.
actual person
No
who
way.
said, "I want this person dead."
Because one question that was posed is, how did they know who is going to be at Durban at that time? How did they know who? So this detective Nabua, you know what? These people, Babua Leba Tobacco Airport.
Yeah.
But when as soon as Oshapa plane, maybe it's a passport,
Yeah.
whatever,
Scan,
they know which seat you at.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
all the jazz.
But
So
he was
it's
also
a
just
well
posting on the
orchestrated-
day, if you can remember.
Who?
AKA, he was
Yeah, he
posting
was.
vividly. Like he was like, I'm at the barber shop. I'm at the
he
club.
was, but it
I'm
was
doing
planned
this.
proper. Because I remember the police that was giving out the statement on the press conference. He was saying they were waiting for him at the airport.
Yeah, there were spotters in the
When they were
restaurants.
inside that restaurant
Yeah.
where he was shot outside, one of the guys that are arrested was sitting there inside. And the plan was actually to kill him or shoot him
Inside.
the car. Inside the car. But he took time while he was speaking to tips outside of the restaurant. And that guy was like, fuck it, I'm doing this shit now.
You know, I was actually shocked when the detective was breaking down.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to case, AKA,
Yeah.
but in general, crime syndicate is well orchestrated.
It is, bro.
Because Nabu at some point, you know, like the cell phone, it pings like the cell phone tower and whatnot. Abu, one of the top policemen, I think, was killed because they were pinging his cell phone. Where they know, it's like, okay, report. Okay, no stuff
Yeah.
James did. And they know your web. And that system is only used by the police. So that means they have connections.
got
there.
connections,
They've
yeah,
got
true.
airport.
It's a
So
movie, this thing.
So I think no enter. Okay. Oh, who posted
Yeah, even and I don't even think the posting would have played such a huge role, Gilaban, in it, because already they knew, we cannot lose this person. So from the time he lands, there's already somebody who's in that airport who sees him, who contacts another person who's going to be on the outside
move.
driving. So already, I don't even need to.
They even found the car that was following him from the airport.
Apparently, there was a guy who was actually renting out that vehicle.
Yeah.
And they actually took that vehicle, obviously had to run a
Dude,
few
I was
tests
shocked.
and so on.
Did it tune about the rent?
Did it tune ya, bruh?
Like, the cars, the getaway cars, the
Dog.
guns, they can actually rent them out.
But Street Squad, do you feel like this is like some sort of movie? Because
It's a movie.
Like I feel like we just need a reenactment of the life of
We
Keenan,
do.
or maybe
We
the
do.
death of Keenan. I don't mean it like that, but I think it's just crazy. And for the sake of time, we move. We move yet again. Got another big story that you, sir, are gonna lead for
Yes.
us, including or concerning Joseph. I don't know if it's Diary or Dary or Dary.
It's Dary.
Or like Dary,
So
like
Joseph-
not Dairy.
No,
Oh
no.
man, I was about to go. I was so excited. I don't know. Okay, fine. What's going on with the boy?
So
That's
Joseph
shaky.
Dary, who is our colleague, we work all together at YouTube.
Tea time, yeah.
Sebetsa ko YouTube.
Got the
YouTube has
quarterly
hired
reviews.
us. We see each other at the canteen every day.
During lunchtime.
Sure. So Joseph Dary has been trending this past week because there's a white guy that was part of his videos, the videos where you exchange the phones to see what happened and whatever, and then you find your partner cheating and whatever. So that guy, after appearing on one of his videos, he actually went to speak to, I don't know who this guy, I saw him on TikTok. So he was explaining that each and every single thing that was happening on that video was staged. Everything was planned. The girl,
NDAs. That's so stupid.
Oh yeah,
He
did
did.
say already signed.
He did.
That's why I couldn't say what.
he did, but the guy that he was speaking to was saying, "Don't worry about that shit. I've actually gotten my lawyer to look at the contract. You don't have anything to worry about." The white guy was saying, "Oh, they've been threatening me and telling me, oh, if you dare say anything, you are going down, my boy." But that other guy said he got him. So that's what happened. There've been speculations of these videos being staged and everything because sometimes you can see how everything is being acted out here. Especially also, I think the other person that does the same thing is King Ginger. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah.
Oh, the short guy.
Yeah, the Varados.
Varados, yeah, khala face.
He does the same content. So most of these videos, it's people that are paid. It's like actors. They're acting all of these things.
That's messed up. But you know, I do believe Joseph, because this guy, you know, in most of these things, people react to one. People lose their minds and shit. But people would lose their mind, but they wouldn't do anything to him. Not even like a slap nyana to say when I'm trying to simba when I'm in. They're always just,
And he would just kiss your girl and then try to like, oh.
You know what I mean?
At least King
that
G-
one should
Don't
fucking
let
make
it go
people
down.
go crazy. You get that one? To say yes, suna chiraka pela controla hampi type of thing and mur him. But they're just okay, fine, cool. Like the last one I watched, this guy was like, he was literally watching him as soon and he just walks away. What fire?
But that's the same thing you said you do last week, remember?
What?
But all of
No,
them.
I'm saying I wouldn't fucking do it, but I'm just saying. Like, I'm expecting other people to do it.
And also the other thing, adding on that, on what you are saying, that they normally don't do anything to him. Also, you find a lot of time he speaks very rudely to these people.
To these niggas, exactly.
And they do nothing. And you like, Mpana.
There's no man who would take this.
Exactly, bro.
And I don't do anything.
Yeah.
So you can tell those things there.
So he's giving us fabrication, sir. You want to say something?
He's been
You're shaking, my guy. So what? So this is. Has he maybe said something to the media, sent a statement?
well, I think he said he released a video and said, "Oh, people are trying to come for him. First it was MK, now it's this white guy."
but McG said sorry for the whole mistake.
and he did, Shem.
And
Yeah,
he
he did say
apologized
sorry.
humbly, like kakabiko.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say about like YouTube because that's where he's McG's actually hurting his wallet. Like I Sky Bua fair like Justin J like what TikTok what
But
no.
didn't he?
No,
It
he
was
said
on an episode.
in an episode. Yeah,
it was on an actual episode. Yes, but he
So
said
the
it out.
and that
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll apologize Apele, and then that's when he went to
I think
shoot.
McG said he tried to call him, and while he was speaking, he dropped the phone on him.
Well, obviously, because understandably, he still,
Yeah,
but he did. McG really did, and you could see that it was not a facade; it was a genuine apology. He said he took full responsibility
Yeah,
for what he did, you know.
he did.
And even Topenduka made jokes saying, "When about to sue?" And he tried to say, "I didn't know, sorry guys, careless, but I didn't have any bad intentions." And with that being said, is it safe for us to move forward? Just to go
I think we
press
can.
pause,
I think we
BTWs. We won't be having any extended BTWs. We're just gonna quickly browse through a few. I think the first one I want to start with is I saw a little something about Rowlene dropping a brand new EP. I'm excited about that as well because I feel like she's one of the people that have been so quiet and are so underrated in South Africa. So shout out to that, man. Rowlene, like, welcome back. I know you haven't been gone, but like, that's a dope one. And another even bigger one is Rihanna. Guys, Rihanna performing at a wedding for 9 freaking million. I'm sure it was in dollars. Do you know what I mean?
Is that how much they paid her?
Yes,
Son of a bitch.
$9 million for her to perform at a wedding.
Yo.
At a wedding for the billionaires. You better have my money.
Yeah.
The performance was sick. The stage, the quality, spectacular. Any other BTW from your side, boys?
Just a quick question. Shit. Hope it doesn't become a big thing.
I'm gonna punch you if it is.
I think you're gonna have to punch me for this one. MK Zuma.
Okay.
Yes. So he said, pregnant teenagers. He's gonna send them to Robben Island.
Hey.
That sounds so wrong. It's like, you know what?
He's gonna send them to Robben Island after Robben Island has been turned into a university.
They're turning Robben Island into a university.
Well, that's what he's planning for his MK thingy. And what else did he also say? Shit.
Oh, yeah. I think he said he wants to return couple punishment.
Oh, yes. So how quickly, just maybe in one line, how do you guys feel about that?
Well,
Sending girls.
let's start with the pregnancy one.
Yeah.
Well, the pregnant teenagers to Robben Island.
How do you feel?
So I don't know. Like it said with the whole corporal punishment coming back. So now I'm thinking, wait. You want to bring these pregnant teens to a particular place that was known as a, prison facility back then. Now you're talking about corporal punishment returning. But on the better light of just looking at it,
Let's go for the time. Let's go.
Okay.
Not Dumelana there.
Okay.
Because it's not like he's gonna do anything harmful to the pregnant girl.
Sure.
Because they're gonna be in a facility where
It's like a boarding school.
where they will be catered for,
And they'll be-
and their children.
There, yes.
I don't think any man has the right to make that decision. More especially if you've never been pregnant. You don't know what it feels like to be pregnant. You don't know how vulnerable a woman is, how much emotional support she needs. She's not even able to concentrate on anything. When you are pregnant, you are emotional, you are hormonal, and you are at your most vulnerable. It is very dangerous to take someone in that state and you go put them far away from home when no one loves them, when no one cares about them.
I think you're missing the point.
It's a bit delicate.
I'm missing the point.
I think you're missing the point. The point he's trying to.
No, I think that's her opinion to say.
No. I think the experience I understand, but I think the reason why he's doing that, I understand what you say. I think the reason why he's doing that, he's trying to set maybe an example of saying, listen, because if you're going to bring change, there's going to be people that you're going to have to make example of. And unfortunately, those
I am
first
missing the point.
Whoa.
Hold on. Let me cook.
You are not. Get out of my kitchen.
Let me cook.
Not.
Let me cook.
Don't look
Hold
for
on.
noodles in the microwave.
He's adding fuel to
You
the
cannot
fire.
get pregnant. You have there's no
Of
vote.
course.
You have a child.
I can't. Hold on. Let me
Karen,
say
I
this
think
first.
it's unfair to say because we can't bear kids, we can't have an opinion.
Hold on. Let
On
me
how
say
a
this
pregnant
first.
woman is treated, you have no right to have an opinion. What do you know? How do you know how it is? Why would you?
Karen,
Don't
Don't personalize it. Don't wild out. Hold on.
Definitely gonna wow. You have
Hold on.
you see, if
Hold
that was
on.
no, that's a decision that can
Hold on.
specifically
Let
be
me-
made by someone who knows what it's like to be in that position. If you have no understand, no. Absolutely no.
Okay. Let's listen.
It's a no from me.
Let's think about this.
No.
Do you think with that decision he never consulted women that
It
have
doesn't
bad?
freaking matter. It's like me how it feels getting a kick in the balls. How would I know? I'm not supposed to be involved in that.
But you've experienced
She-
pain.
How would I know
Similar
what a
to
kick in the
saying
balls is like?
you can't be a teacher because you don't have kids. So why are you teaching kids where you don't have kids?
That's that. I wanna
You see? You see?
No, because you can't bear kids
decisions
doesn't
are
mean-
pregnancy. O sa kgona ba pregnant. How to feel jwang? How
How
to
do
the
you
thought
make
process behind
decisions
that?
on kids whereby you've never birthed or raised a child?
You're talking about two things that are tshwane.
That's Hana, dog.
Di tshwane.
You are telling someone
So-
to not have an opinion on something that they can't do.
Exactly. Ukena guy.
When answer the question, how can you try to teach your kids something, but you're not a teacher?
What do you get learning material? You learn about it.
Yeah, so Rihanna, he's doing.
You can't, guys. There's certain things you cannot do.
He's obviously
Let us
going
make
to
our
get-
point. man.
No, your point makes no sense. You
It
guys are being insensitive, and
does.
you're speaking from a point of
Karen, don't.
No, you're speaking from a place of ignorance, and the fact that you want to
Karen.
make a point shows how ignorant you
Karen.
are.
Oh, because you have a kid now. You come from
Personalizing.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it
It
back.
does.
Let's bring it back.
It
Let's bring
does.
it back.
You just said,
Okay.
he cannot make that
This is insane. I'm not doing the city, guys. Unfortunately,
Let's bring it back.
take
Okay,
it.
let me-
'Cause this.
Can I just say something about
Insane.
corporal punishment? I think it's a good thing. The pregnancy too, by the way. I think it's a good thing because Banaba know, yes, sis.
I want to have
Yes,
corporal
yes.
punishment. That one I'm supporting across the nation.
Yeah.
To say it will bring about a bit of discipline. Even though it's also a very delicate one to touch on, because the reason it might have been banned then is because people might have started using it for their own
Yeah,
Abuse.
stress mongwane.
yeah, gila one. When says a stress mongwaneng and. However, looking at the climate of how people are, or let me rather say children are, it is probably needed.
Pela corporal punishment stopped at schools, and then the kids they started beating the children.
The teachers practically. Yeah.
So it's a vice versa. So
Yeah.
tshwantse ke shaye mpa-
Tshwantse goed.
Otherwise, o tlo nshaya.
Maybe how you do it
Yeah, maybe
should
how
also
you do
play a role. To say, okay, there should probably be rules
be
put
responsible
in
with
place
that
to
thing.
say, okay, fine, cool. These are the I don't want to say weapons or tools, but these are the instruments you can use to discipline a child. Kila one. So I'm for it.
Keniki instrument.
Any
Yeah.
other BTWs? Any
I don't have anything in mind.
Nah, not me.
Yo, from my side, it's been an amazing episode. I feel like we'll
Are
see
you
you
okay?
same time, same place next week.
Are you okay?
Might not come back, or maybe I might change the whole cast to girls because I'm not doing this again.
Are you okay?
I said I'm out.
Yes, as Karen lost it, bro. Yes, sir.
She's okay.
Nah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
She's okay.
We had to fight.